How do you do it? How do you start?
Wow. It was different for me because, excuse me, I had a demo tape. I was like 15. I wrote songs. I had been writing since I was like 13 and writing poems since I was 6. So I always knew what I wanted to do. I went on auditions when I was little. I did like the old school way of trying to, you know, get yourself out there.
You just kept working at it.
Yeah, and my mother always said, don't say if I make it, say when I make it. And so she instilled that kind of real faith and belief in me. And for me, it's all about that. And you can't give up. You can't, the hard work and the believing. And I think that I love them. They're great. And Randy Jackson is one of I love him so much. He's one of the greatest people in the world. I love him. Just spoke to him the other day. Hi, Randy. But you know, American Idol is fantastic, but it sort of like cuts out some of the steps that you take when you're really like, my mother doesn't like when I say this, but I did have some moments when I didn't have, you know, quite enough money for, we had fun. I was really young, whatever. Me and my friends would figure out how to get food for free and stuff like that. But when you all of a sudden you're on, on one of these shows, it could be several shows. I don't want to name, just one. All of a sudden, you're a superstar.
Catapulted into this life.
And you don't really know. You don't have the skills. You don't have the tools. It's not.
You have to go backwards in a way.
You don't have the chops.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and you don't know how to behave.
Right.
Also, don't you think that music runs in styles? Like, I don't know if Frank Sinatra would be famous now, for example, or even Barbara Streisand, maybe, because of the style of music. Do you agree with that, or do you think that some talents just plow through no matter what's going on?
Well, for me, I think so much of what's becoming popular is based on like a Barbara Streisand and her voice. So I don't know if they weren't popular, where would we all be as entertainers?
Well,
you know what I mean?
With a voice like hers or a voice like yours, I do think you make
pay
it. But
attention.
while you were talking, you were flashing the butterfly ring, which, you had the album Butterfly.
That's my Van Cleef, and that's they gave that to me. That was a nice gift.
Love them.
Van
Cleef, you can send me some more if you want.
Well, we just mentioned it in The View. You can send it to us, but we're not allowed to accept it. But this is... Look at this. This is from new hubby, Nick Cannon.
Designed by my husband. He put the pinks around there and did the whole thing, and he gave it to me in I think I told you this in one of our talks. He gave it to me in a candy ring thing.
Is that how he proposed?
Wait, how big?
Yes.
How big? Just wait. How big? Look at that. I haven't
It's like
seen
7
anything
carats.
It's big.
It's a few
big.
carats. Yeah.
Did he pay for it?
Yes, he did.
He's had a good year.
He's had,
You
well,
were
this is
married
Nick
one
Cannon
year.
is very
This is before
successful.
that. Yes,
He's a
this
very successful entrepreneur.
Yes,
Nick
he
Cannon,
is.
before
People don't
he
know
met
a
you.
lot of the things that he exactly.
He's a producer. He's produced a lot of things and created a lot of
developed
things.
his
He's
own
wrote
TV
movies.
shows.
He's a smart kid, this one.
Absolutely.
Did you keep it a secret that you were going to get married and engaged? No one heard about it, right?
We
What
said
was
we
that?
were making a video. We said we lied to everybody, and everybody got mad at me, and it was. I understand them getting mad, but. We wanted to just go to the beach, and I had just bought this house in the Bahamas. I wanted to go to the beach and just stand on the beach and get married, and I thought it would be really romantic and nice. We had done the other thing. You know what the other thing was with the 27-foot
You mean
train.
you had the biggest wedding, your first wedding was the biggest wedding in history, probably.
Were you bridezilla?
Boy,
Were
did
you
you
a
ever
bridezilla?
do
Tell
No,
us.
I was nice. I just wanted to get through it.
Was your mother there? Was your mom with you? Did you tell your mom that you're
At
getting
the
married?
second, at my
with
wedding
Nick?
to Nick, no, she wasn't there because here's what we did. We said we were making a video. We went down there with as few people as possible, only people that had to be there. They thought we were making a video.
Right.
Even they didn't know.
But
So
even though you knew him, you met him in 2005.
Yes.
He kept telling everybody he was crazy about you.
he kept saying, that's my celebrity crush, and we're gonna get married or something. He tells it better than I
And
tell
then
it.
you didn't see him for 3 years.
Yeah, no, I didn't see him.
So
but
you certainly weren't taken, or were you?
No, I was, but I was
3
kind
years?
of like in a sort of in a relationship thing. Not really. It's hard to explain. I was busy.
Busy.
Whoopi's got it right.
But then you meet again. I want to always use busy. You meet again, and 2 months later, you get married.
Well, there were a lot of reasons reason. I don't know if I can even go into it as to why. It's kind of, you guys will probably be like, are you serious? But there were a lot of reasons. One of the first things I said, I'm going to call you Mr. C. He said, well, I'm going to call you Mrs. C. And from there, we had a whole bunch of little things. We started naming our children. We started doing all this stuff in the first day. So we kind of like, we really clicked, and he's very fun. He's like a really fun guy.
Yeah.
And I love that quality in a person. If you don't have that, I mean, that's like...
Absolutely.
He's also down to earth, this baby.
He's very spiritual. He's down to earth. He's cool. Yeah, I know you do. He's a good guy.
Does Nick keep you grounded?
Well, sometimes it's too much when I'll say something and he'll just go the opposing route. And I'm saying this just so he can hear it, and I'm just putting him on blast on TV. I don't like when you do that, Nick, and you know what I'm talking about.
Let me ask you about the song, because a lot of folks, or not a lot of folks, but several people have recorded this song. Why this song?
I didn't even know several people had recorded it. Actually, Nick and I were having a conversation about music. I was in the middle of recording this album, Memoirs of an Imperfect Angel, and I have been working with Tricky and Dream, who are fabulous writers and producers, and we were collaborating and enjoying it. And I said, you know what, this is missing a song that could be worldwide and that everybody could kind of connect to, you know, no matter what age or what, you know, whatever they are. And so we were just going through different songs from different eras, and as to hear him tell it, he says, well, I said you need to do I Want to Know What Love Is. I said you need another Without You, so I want to know what love is. And I said, no, because you barely knew that Without You did what it did for me in my career. I said I need another Without You, and we found this song together and looking, you know.
Well, whatever, it sure took off. Most of your albums have a message. Is there a message in this?
You know what's funny? This is the most fun album that I've done, but there are messages in it, but it sounds angry in spots, but really there's humor there.
Like About My Face.
About My Face, yes.
Well, we're going to hear a little bit of it. Mariah's going to stick around. We have a chance to talk to her a little more, and then she's going to sing for us later. We will be right back. Not only Mariah Carey, but Mariah Carey's little baby, Jack Russell, whose name is the same as my perfect dog's name, Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha.
Yeah. Now, I know why I named Cha-Cha Cha-Cha.